Okay, how is... Our cultivator is still going, so that's good. This should empty half of it. We're up to 90%. So that was 9%. That's the thing. Harvesting is 80% of the job. Transporting and selling is 20% of the job. So, what I don't know is how much of the actual job we get done. Okay, you there. Go back one. Yes. Push that, push that, push that. Oops. Oh, dude. No. That's not a good thing. Alt X and go. Okay. So, my guess is I can fill up the harvester. I won't fill up the harvester. My guess is I won't fill up the harvester. I will get the entire field harvested, and all we have to do is transport all of the grain to the sell point. What I haven't thought about is prices. It's so nice that this is now in math sequence. The best place to sell this is Moss Valley, which is right where we're delivering currently. So I'm good with that. Okay. Go back. So I don't have to worry about dropping off a load, completing the contract, and then emptying the truck, and we're not getting the best price for it. We're getting the best price for it. This contract needs to be delivered to Moss Valley, and that's where the best price is right now. So that's good. The only time I would possibly not want to do that is if I own the grain mill and I actually wanted to make sorghum flour, in which case it would be best. You'd want to split it. You would get the contract finish and then take the remaining grain to your grain mill so that you can turn it into flour and make more money from it. We're not doing that. I kind of wasn't planning to do productions on this map, but because there's nowhere to sell the wool, we sort of got forced into it now. I could sell the sheep and buy more goats and just go as a goat farm and sell goat milk. And maybe sell some goat meat to the local curry houses, because goat curry is a thing. I'm not a fan of goat curry. I have actually had goat curry. I find goat is... it's very heavy flavour. I prefer lamb to goat, sheep's to goats. Plus, sheep's, you make shepherd pie with sheep. But the only time I've had goat was at a curry house, and I really didn't like the flavour of goat meat. I will do a lamb curry, I'll do a chicken curry. Can't do a cow curry because most Indians are Hindus and cows are sacred, so you can't eat them. And they also do fish curry. I never had a fish curry. I did work with an Indian girl for quite a while, and we did discuss food and what have you. She said a lot of Hindus are vegetarian, so you'll end up seeing a lot more vegetable curry. If you go to India, you'll see vegetable curries everywhere, but also One place I worked, we had a lot of Indians working there, although they didn't work with me. We used to have potlucks every so often. There was so much Indian food, and it was absolutely awesome. She did tell me, yeah, a lot of Indians are vegetarian, so you will tend to find mostly vegetarian curries. She wasn't vegetarian. I think her grandmother owned chickens, so they did eat chickens. They didn't do lamb because they didn't own sheep or goats. But she did say that a lot of the Indian villages where there are big lakes nearby, so they have a fishing environment, they will, fish curry is very, very popular. They also don't feel that fish are animals, so a fish curry can count as vegetarian in some instances. I don't know that from a biology aspect, I don't think that's particularly correct, but hey, you like fish curry, but I've never had fish curry. I tend to prefer Atlantic fish to I'm not a fan of things like what do they have? Catfish. I don't like catfish. I don't like other fish that a lot of southern states will cook in their sort of local specialty dishes. I'm not a fan of those. I prefer ocean fish, salmon, cod, halibut. Although trout, I like trout. Trout's good. Although with the trout, I had that at a small restaurant in Ohio. So little privately owned, not a big label. Family owned restaurant. And their special of the day was trout, and it was caught locally, and that was good. But it's that is what it is. And sometimes fish is a good thing too. It's a nice light meat, so if I'm really not feeling particularly up to much digestion wise, I'm good with having fish. You do a fish pie, similar to a shepherd's pie. So instead of having lamb or beef, though technically beef is not shepherd's pie, because shepherds don't look after cows, they look after sheep. In the UK, a beef style shepherd's pie would be called a cottage pie, because it's not cheap. But you can do, I think from what I've seen of it, they call it an admiral's pie, which is made of cod, and you put it in a white sauce and cover it with potatoes and then whatever else you want, so cheese or breadcrumbs to finish off the topping. That's kind of nice. And then, okay, that's going to be filled up. So yeah, fish pie's good. And the mashed potatoes and the fish is quite a light thing. So it's not heavy on your digestion. This week we did have quiche, which is basically sort of an egg pie. You've got a standard pastry base with scrambled eggs. You can throw whatever you want in it. Ham, bacon, tomato slices, cheese. But again, that's another very light meal. Mrs. Osa and I really haven't been feeling great digestion-wise, so having something light to eat is quite good. So we had lettuce from the yard, because we always grow lettuce. We don't eat a ton of it, but I encourage her to grow it because it's a really good, if you want to provide a bit of variety to your sandwiches, having a couple of leaves of lettuce or a burger with a lettuce leaf on, it sort of adds to the texture and the flavour. So I like to throw a lettuce leaf in my burgers or in my sandwiches, but I do not eat enough lettuce to warrant going out and buying a head of lettuce and throwing half of it away, because I didn't eat it quick enough. But having lettuce plants in the backyard, you can nip out there, grab a leaf off a plant, and throw it in your sandwich. And then tomorrow you can do the same thing. And so long as you don't decimate a plant, those leaves keep growing. So long as the bat rabbits don't get to it. So that's quite it's kind of a good thing to do. I tend not to, Mrs. Osa likes to grow corn and peas and beans, and my general feeling is we just don't, those crops need to be sort of mass grown rather than just a couple of plants. You grow a couple of plants of peas, you don't end up with enough peas for a full meal. So, you have to supplement it with other things. Similarly with carrots, we do grow carrots, and I think we get one meal of carrots out of the carrots. We do grow a large bed of potatoes. I think it's probably 3 foot by 4 foot bed, so 12 square foot of potatoes. That will give us potatoes for a few meals, a couple of meals. So I don't mind doing that. And I'm sure if we bothered to put carrots in there, we'd probably have a few meals worth of carrots if we did it that way. Peppers I like to grow because, again, it's not something you need to grow a lot of. You grow a pepper plant, and that can give you 3 or 4 peppers. That's, if you make a chili, 1 pepper in a chili is fine. So I've got a couple of meals worth of vegetable there. Hot peppers, I grow those because, again, you end up with lots of them, and you only need a couple to make a chili or some equivalent. But we grow veg, but I like to look at growing veg that is constantly useful. So, as I said, the lettuce. Going out, picking a lettuce leaf and sticking it in a sandwich, good use of lettuce, and the lettuce will last us for a full harvest. You can go out there, pick it now, all the way through to September when it starts getting cold and the plants get dead. The other one is tomatoes. I hate buying tomatoes because I don't eat tomatoes. My dad would always grow tomatoes, and he eats 2 or 3 tomatoes a day when he's got them. I don't eat them that fast. A couple of slices on a burger's good, couple of slices in a sandwich is good, grilled cheese with a tomato slice in it, that's good. Couple of slices of tomatoes on a pizza, yeah, I'll do that. But just chowing down on a tomato, I tend not to do that. I'm not an amazing fan of tomatoes. I just like them as garnish. And so, having a tomato plant, growing tomatoes, I can pick a tomato, I can slice a couple of slices off, stick it in a sandwich with my lettuce leaf, and I'm happy. And then the other thing you can do with tomatoes is at the end of season, you can go out, you can pick the remainder of them, you can blitz them up and make some tomato sauce to put in whatever you want. This is interesting. We made a lot of money there on the bonus stuff. So collect that money. I'm going to look at contract income, 87,000. Harvest income, 30,000. So between the sorghum that we didn't have enough room in our... I thought that might be happening. The sorghum we had that wouldn't fit in our thing. What are those things that we have? In our grain silos. Obviously, we kept 132,000 for best price time, but I had to sell some off straight off the field. And where are you going to go? Not bad. Okay. Good. That's the tractor I wanted. So the stuff we ended up selling off the field, plus the stuff, the excess stuff from here was 30,000. That's not bad. We're up to 96,000 already. Close that. So that's all good. Game time 1:30. Don't know how far we are along with the cultivating. What we need to do now is buy some lime and throw that on the back of the trailer so we can take it back to the farm. We will then spray our 2 fields that need it. I may do that off camera. I don't think we need to play out the rest of today. Or the rest of the game day. We can just do what we want. Okay, how much lime do I want to buy? Oops. Oh, that's new. Half pipe, 1,200. Well, I don't need one. These are generally good trailers because they can carry the weight in addition to, they don't hit maximum weight very often. I mean, this is a 10-ton. I think 10 tonnes over 1,200 litres. You look at some of the other trailers, and I mean, that one we were just using is not one of these. The one we have, I think, is that one, 4.5 tonnes. So it will carry 9 tonnes of stuff inside it, 19,000 litres. We end up with this half filled and max weight. Anyway, why am I here? I don't know. Oh, I am here because I want to buy the things. Consumables, transport, poplar. No. Consumables are going to be here. This sometimes a pain in the butt. What's in this set of commute? This might be a thing that I want. We want liquid lime, £900 for 2,000 litres. Gonna go 6. I think that should fit the trailer. I do like the fact I can now do this. This is awesome. And that's going to cost us 5,400. So it takes us down to 90,000. That's fine. And we can go back and back, back. And let's go pick up the stuff. Now, I'm pretty sure I've already tried this. This tractor can only do one IBC at a time. So that's what we're going to try and do right now. Slide that under there. Ooh. There we go. And extract one IBC at a time should be fine. Stick this on the Flegel. This should get 6 pallets on here without a problem. Hope. Got a good reach, so that's fine. I don't know. I think those are too wide for the trailer, but we're going to do it this way anyway, because I don't want to come back for another 3. So much easier with the telehandler. But that's not an option for us right now. Or skid steer. Skid steer would also be good. Right. Carefully extract that from the push that on there. And that's not gonna work. Oh. Very, very gingerly. Yes. I think I should probably Oh, there's the other one. Strap that down. Okay. So that now shouldn't come off when we get the rest of them. Oop. Let's go forwards. Forwards is better. Tractors like forwards. They're not big fans of backwards. Also not big fans of crashing into shed supports. Okay. Zoom that out. Oh. Okay. Somehow, I am in. Camera is at a completely different angle to what it was, and I am not getting a very good viewing angle on these pallets. But got that one, and that one's a little straighter than the last two. Okay. Also, we might struggle with this.